This is my upwind sailing face. Not impressed. Literally, the novelty wears off after 2 hours. We are on our third tack. Made about 9 miles progress, and it's already 1 p.m. We still have 20 miles to go. So I'm not quite sure how that's gonna turn out. I'll leave that tiny, teeny detail for the captain.
On a positive note, the fruit salad down below is coming on a treat. It's looking really good. Gonna enjoy that.
Six hours of upwind sailing. Go bueno. Can't even have my margarita. Wouldn't be able to hold it down. I think it's a real eye-opener what upwind sailing is like. We haven't done that for many, many months. And I'm now imagining how the hell are we going to get to Cartagena in Colombia? Because that's all upwind.
Yeah, it's a bit of a predicament getting out of Panama on the Caribbean side. The whole country is just a funnel that the trade winds blow into. So anywhere you go, it's kind of upwind. Didn't think about that when we crossed the canal.
But we like challenge. We are real sailors. Upwind only.
The captain's only in it for the fruit salad, let's face it. At least it's only a short distance, and today of all days we have very light winds compared to the rest of the week. So we do, believe it or not, have a good weather window for this passage. It is what it is. Hopefully that was the last tack. We've got about 12 miles to go, and the seas are building a little bit. Starting to bash.
Not the Caribbean I have signed up for, is it? And guess what? Another tack.
We've been tacking around like crazy up here, but we haven't got too much daylight left and our patience is wearing a little bit thin. We've only got 6.5 miles to go until our next stop, which is Linton Bay. So we're going to put on the engine and just motor into it. The wind has died and so has the swell, so it shouldn't take us too long, and we should be home in time for cocktails.
So yeah, today was definitely a proper day of sailing. Something we are not used to very much lately. So tomorrow is going to be very similar, I'm afraid. And how many miles did we have? 40?
About 50, I think.
Oh gosh, so hopefully the wind will be different direction. But I can already see the anchorage ahead of us. So hopefully we will find some calm waters there. And mainly, we will get there before that little squall is on the way. Not gonna lie to you, I can't wait to get there. Drop the hook and relax. It's been a really bumpy ride whole day, and we haven't really eaten anything since this morning, since 9 AM. Because we just didn't feel like eating. It was a bit rough. So Really looking forward to our dinner in a calm anchorage. It's quite a deep anchorage. We're at 45 feet. We are around the edge of everyone else anchoring, but we are leaving tomorrow morning like at 7 AM, so what's the point going any closer? So we should be all right.
Well, here we are, all set in the beautiful Linton Bay. But unfortunately, we don't have time to even set foot ashore and take a look around. Maybe next time around. We have a very short weather window where the furious trade winds are stopping, well, just dying down for a bit, and we're using it to really punch out against them towards the San Blas Islands. So tomorrow is the last day that that window is open, and we're determined to take it. Tomorrow's sail is another 20 miles plus on top of what we've done today. So if we have furious trade winds on the nose, then it's going to be very unpleasant. But it looks lovely here. There's a ton of boats. I haven't seen this many boats together in one place for a long time. So there must be a reason why they're all here. Next time around, we'll stick our heads in and see what that is. It's 6:30 AM. We arrived in the evening yesterday, and I think we picked the perfect passage anchorage. We weren't intending to stay long, and we happened to have picked the most uncomfortable spot you can possibly imagine. As soon as these trade winds stopped, then we were sideways onto this little swell that's rolling in, and we were just going backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards all night. So very sensible choice for the captain, actually. Something that didn't allow us to get too comfortable. No hint of us wanting to stay any longer than 6:30 AM. And we're on our way again. So just perfect, it's worked out fine. It's a bit frustrating really, because just moments into this anchorage it looks like there's much better shelter and the boats aren't rolling around all over the place like crazy. We have another 44 miles ahead of us today. And another window of relatively calm trade winds. So we're going to take it, obviously, and push out against them. Hopefully not too much tacking today, but the wind will be forward of the beam, so it's not going to be super comfortable either. But only 40 miles, we'll be done before we know it. That's what I keep telling the first mate up front, who is just lifting the anchor so we can get an early departure. Anything you want to say?
Get me out of here! It's so early and we've got such a long day ahead of us. Let's just hope for calm seas and good winds. That's all I've got to say this morning. Well, the captain gave me a nice whisk through the anchorage, and the anchorage looked a bit weird. There were so many derelict boats here. Literally half of the boats were just abandoned, and it's always very sad to see. So it wasn't my favorite stop for overnighter. So yeah, good job that we didn't stay too long. Off we go, 40 miles ahead of us, San Blas, here we come. It's gonna be another bumpy ride. First mate's prediction.
I think he's right. Sea's very lumpy today. Not gonna be very pleasant. Well, if you liked yesterday's sailing, you're really going to love today's, because it's more of the same, but a little bit longer.
Oh God, Really not looking forward to that. We're healing a bit, just a bit. So far so good. It's only 7:30 AM though, and the trade winds will be picking up and hence the swell as well. But if the rest of the day is like now, I will be very happy bunny. Yeah, the captain is right. I think it really shows that it's not easy to get out of Panama wherever you go. We had some tough passage going towards Bocas del Toro, and now we are having a semi-tough passage going to San Blas. And only God knows what our passage to Cartagena, Colombia will look like. But you know, you can't have it all. I wanted some tropical cocktails of the Caribbean, and therefore some upwind sailing is needed. That's the price I have to pay.
Finally, he gets it. The cocktails don't come for free. Someone has to battle the elements to get us to those gorgeous places.
I'm so glad we have changed our 140% Genoa for the 100% jib, because in these winds it wouldn't be good.
What a beautiful day sailing this is turning into. We've done 10 miles already and it felt like it was almost effortless. Contrast that with yesterday, where every mile we had to fight tooth and nail for. And what's changed? Well, not a lot really. We're still on the same point of sail, but the wind has allowed us now to point exactly where we want to go, so we don't need to tack.
This is the happy face. This is probably as good as upwind sailing is. So far so good. I was really dreading it this morning, and it's fantastic. I'm sitting on a princess seat, got a superior view of what's happening on board.
Well, someone fits right in on the princess seat, don't they? It's really made for him, I think. Princess Cruise.
It's always something, isn't it? I've just noticed we have about 10-inch rip in our mainsail, right at the end. So, God knows how we're gonna get to repair that. We have all the material. We've got the patching and the sail right and the thread, but we're gonna be at anchor for the next month and a half. So we will need to pick a quiet day to take the main down and repair it. No bueno. Don't know when that happened.
Just under an hour to go. Who's going to arrive first? Us or that enormous squall on the horizon? Too soon to tell.
Knowing our luck, it's going to be the squall. We can see one of the San Blas Islands already in the squall, so hopefully we can outrun it. It's amazing. It's like we're arriving to the Maldives. Just all these little tiny islands popping out of the sea. So flat, just the palm tree. The lagoon looks extremely busy with boats, but we're gonna nip in and have a look if there is space for us. We really want a nice quiet night tonight after last night's roly-poly performance. But if all this is busy, we will go on the other side of the island. Let's see. Now that is what I'm talking about. A Caribbean paradise. Just stunning. A lovely little lagoon, but a bit too busy for us. There's a lot of squalls going on, and I think when the squall hits this little island, it might be a bit of a show in the anchorage. So we're gonna go to the southern anchorage where there's more space.
Yeah, welcome to the Caribbean. There's people everywhere. You wouldn't get this in the Pacific. We're used to having places like this all to ourselves. We're spoiled.
Oh my god. And look who is here. After 6 months of separation, we just could not stay apart, and we found them! Boundless are here!
Oh my god, Colin and Julian at last! This key is going to turn into Party Central in 5 minutes.
Fantastic. Welcome to paradise. I'm officially not moving for a few weeks. In May you were coming in rain, now you're coming in rain.
Exactly. It's still raining. Yeah. Don't worry, the rainy season's over on the 15th.
72 hours and then we're done with that rain.
Yeah.
Hello! Oh, that's nice.
How many months and days?
I know, it's been 7 months, hasn't it?
7, I think.
Yeah.
You skinny fella.
Yes.
How are you?
I know, I came to tell you, I'm so glad you're here because all that weight you lost I found and I'm ready to give it back now.
You found it in shelter bag.
Hello!
Hello!
Good to see you again.
Yeah, you must have left so early today. What time did you guys leave?
Hi!
We're back! The boys are back!
Cheers! Cheers!
Cheers!
Welcome to San Blas.
Yeah!
What a welcome!
This is the welcomes I deserve. So any of you meet me in Anchorage, please cold cerveza on the tap.
This is the way it's done on Bohemia. The guests bring their own beers and beers for us. So well trained. Thank you guys.
Cheers.
Special thanks in this episode go to all of our patrons for always arriving on board, beers in hand. Thank you so much, and here's to you.
Champagne for everyone.
If you've been enjoying our episodes and want to fuel the first mate's bad behaviour, then follow the link on screen to find out more. See you next time.